Hey everyone, welcome back to the beta Minecraft world. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. So as you can see, there's been a little bit of progress made on the world. We have a tree farm now. I made this tree farm in a video that I recorded a few days ago, but I ended up scrapping. I was having a lot of audio issues with it because I was testing some things and the audio quality ended up not being great. So I ultimately scrapped it, but you haven't missed much because all we really did was the tree farm. And now we're doing some terraforming around it, and terraforming around the area in general to prepare the land for some future builds. And speaking of future builds, I'm looking for some suggestions for some things that we can put around this area, so let me know what you guys usually put in your worlds and if you have any suggestions. I'm thinking about putting in a blacksmith and a library, but beyond that, I really have no idea what else to do. That was violent. You may have noticed that this video is a little bit different than the last few videos I've done, and that's because I'm trying something new, where instead of doing live commentary as I play the game, I recorded the gameplay and I'm now voicing over it after the fact. This is something I wanted to try, as I try to find my footing on this platform and figure out what style of content works best for me and that I prefer. But I'd also like you guys' opinion as well, so you can let me know if you like this style of video by leaving a comment or even just liking the video. And vice versa, if you prefer the live commentary over the gameplay as I'm doing it, you can let me know as well. I may in the future do a little bit of both, kind of mix it up every now and again. Apologies. Tripping over my words. But yeah, just let me know. And because of that, I think there's going to be a little less commentary on this video. And it'll be a little bit more gameplay focused. So you can let me know if you like that as well. I hope you aren't tired of me mining a bunch of dirt yet, because, well, there's a lot more dirt mining to come. Like I mentioned before, I'm focusing a lot on terraforming in this episode, so with that comes a lot of dirt mining, but I actually am really happy with how it turns out. One of my main focuses when it comes to builds is how the environment looks. And it's funny to think about at the beginning of this series I said I wasn't going to terraform, and here we are, doing quite a bit of terraforming, but, you know, as I said, I've come to realize that it's necessary, just to make the builds look a little bit nicer. Because terrain is quite important in Minecraft when it comes to making nice looking areas. Because you could have a really nice looking build, but if the terrain around it doesn't complement it, then it kind of suffers a little bit. So with that comes quite a bit of dirt mining and replacing the dirt as I've already broken it, which you can see me doing right now, because I didn't like how flat that cliffside was. Which I will also come back and change again. But yeah. So I mentioned before I was looking for build suggestions and mentioned a blacksmith and a library. I think those are my first ideas. I don't want to make this a really big area, like a big town, because I do have plans in the future for a bigger town / city type thing. But I think it'd be nice, since this is our first settlement, to have it be just like a little small town kind of vibe. So that may come with building some extra houses that don't necessarily serve a purpose, but just look nice. And I'm going to be doing this by expanding towards the flower field that we've been planting. Because I want to connect that area up to our area right now. And once we get there, I want to build something around it and decorate the area and make it look really nice. So that's my future plan. And I'm really curious as to what kind of things you guys put in your worlds, whether it be on beta Minecraft or modern Minecraft. I'm going to steal your ideas. So please comment suggestions or just things you might want to see me try. And unfortunately, I had to cut down this big tree because it was in the way. It lasted a long time because I hate cutting down big trees, but its time finally came. And wow, there is just so many logs in these trees, and this is why I do not prefer cutting these down. But, you know, sometimes it has to be done. I almost resorted to flint and steel and burning it down, but I was a little worried about spreading fire across the forest. Because, unfortunately, I have done that before in other worlds, where I was tired of a tree and was too lazy to mine it down, so I lit it on fire, and it actually ended up spreading quite a bit. And I didn't want to risk burning down my builds. So, yeah, this is what I had to do. I like how this area is turning out. I keep coming in and placing a few dirt blocks here and there and removing some. I'm a big fan of curvature when it comes to cliff sides and hills, so you'll see me work on that a lot in trying to create a nice curve that is semi-realistic but also, you know, looks nice aesthetically. And now it's time to mine more dirt. This area was already flat, but I wanted it to match the ground level of the rest of the area, so it's time to flatten it. And it'll also make it a lot easier in the future to come in and expand towards the flower field, which is right over there in the distance. And here I am being picky about the curve again. Herbert says hi. You better say hi back. Okay, I didn't expect that to kill that chicken. And unfortunately, his friend here who stared at my feet witnessed too much, so yeah, he had to go as well. It's a shame. And now it's done. This area is flat, and that was a lot of dirt to mine. And I went through several shovels, but now we can put some buildings there. And I saw these sheep over here, and I've been lacking on collecting wool, and I know that I'm gonna want a lot of wool in the future. So Yeah, I need to be better about this because I'm gonna need the wool. I've been passing by the back of this house literally every episode, and I've been tired of this not being symmetrical with the windows. So I finally decided to come up and fix that. So I put a window on the other side, and yeah, I went around making sure that the rest of it was symmetrical. Unfortunately, I just really like things to be even and symmetrical when it comes to building. So yeah, that was something that was bothering me for a while. But don't worry, I'm finally getting around to fixing it. So if it was bothering you as well, uh, it's your lucky day. it's been on my list of to do things to put a staircase right here from my path going down to the bottom where the pond is there. So I decided to work on that as well. Um, and it turns out really nice. I like having the stairs down. Of course, this requires more terraforming, but you know what? That seems to be the theme of this episode, so we're gonna terraform. we're for sure gonna be terraforming. But yeah, we'll finally have a way down. I had to come in here and put some dirt around this part of the pond. Because once the stairs go in, it creates a very narrow passageway at the front here. But don't worry, I do plan on keeping most of this pond as it was. But in the future, I do want to come in and do some detailing. I have some cool ideas. Um, I'm going to start with like some plant life, some flowers and sugarcane, and maybe even having some like wheat growing along the pond. But I also saw a really cool thing that someone did, which is using soul sand as a replacement for mud. Since we don't have mud in this version, I saw someone had used soul sand like underneath their pond and in some of the places along the shore to kind of emulate what mud would look like, which I thought was really cool, and it'll be a nice detail. But for that, I'm gonna have to go to the Nether, which I actually have yet to do. But that'll be soon because I am in desperate want of some glowstone as well, so that we can have an alternate lighting source to the torches. But yeah, I just wanted to share my thoughts on this pond here. I think it'll really help bring the area together once it's fully detailed. And as I was working on this area, I had the realization that almost every single video I've said I needed to go put the sugarcane back. And finally, I remembered to do it. So don't fret, the sugarcane is finally being planted. It only took me several episodes to actually do this, but I finally remembered. So, you know what? That's a win in my books. As I was planting the sugarcane, I got this nice view of our area, and I just took a moment to stop and appreciate it. It's really nice to think about the first episode and the first time we came upon this land, and compare it to now. With even though we haven't built much, it still is starting to really come together. And with that being said, I noticed that I didn't like how the wall looked, so I went in and I just added a oak log trim to the top underneath the fences, which does end up making it look a lot nicer. But yeah, I don't know, something about just reflecting on the builds. It was a really nice feeling. I'm really enjoying this journey, and I hope you guys are too. Before I finish this video off, I wanted to come and do a little bit of wood gathering. And I'll end up doing more off camera as well, just to prepare, but I wanted to make sure I had enough wood for next time. Because next time we'll definitely work on a new building. I haven't really decided what that building will be yet, or what I want to start with, but I wanted to be prepared. And it's nice to actually use this tree farm here, which I was quite happy with the design of how this came out. It's a lot more convenient than just running around and causing mass deforestation in my area. So, very practical. It looks nice and it's practical. That's all you can ask for now. And that's going to do it for this episode. For this last minute, I went down back to where we were before and got a nice view of the house. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like or maybe even subscribe. Comment what you liked about it, if you like this style of video, and I don't know, share it with a friend. It really helps out the channel more than you know. Leave any suggestions you have for me in the comments, any build ideas, and yeah. I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you for watching.